Bhishma Ashtami. Bhishma Ashtami takes place at the time of Uttarayan, when the sun begins its northward journey. Bhishma Ashtami is one of the most auspicious and fortunate days, and also signifies the death of Bhishma Pitamah. Bhishma Pitamah, one of the greatest characters of the epic Purana, Mahabharat. This was the day chosen by Bhishma Pitamah himself to leave his body. Even after getting defeated on the battlefield, he remained on the bed of arrows, waiting to relieve his body on the fortunate day of this Uttarayan. Bhishma Pitamah, also known as Devrat or Ganga Putra Bhishma. This day is highly favorable for performing auspicious activities and eliminating Pitru Dosh by performing the necessary rituals. Many people also take a fast on this day and do Ashtami Puja to be blessed with the sun. Devotees believe by the divine blessings of Bhishma Pitamah, they are likely to have a male child possessing a good character and greatly obedient. On this particular day, devotees observe Bhishma Ashtami Tarpanam and also observe a fast. The last teachings of Bhishma Pitamah, Ganga Putra Bhishma, whilst the time was waiting to let the sun commence his journey to the northern hemisphere, he gave very significant and important lessons to Yudhishthira. He told Yudhishthira to be able to forgive people, one should learn to get free from anger and forgive everybody in order to attain peace. And all tasks and work should be complete, as incomplete work denotes negativity. He also told him never to get attached to things and people. He quoted, "Dharma should always come first." Bhishma was the eighth son of goddess Ganga and King Shantanu, whose original name was Devrat, given to him at the time of his birth to make his father happy, and for his sake he pursued celibacy for lifelong. Devrat was nurtured by Ganga and was later sent to Maharishi Parshuram for attaining Shastra Vidya. He acquired great fighting skills and learnings under the guidance of Shukracharya and became invincible. On completion of his education, Goddess Ganga brought Devrat to his father King Shantanu, and he was declared the crown prince of Hastinapur. During this time, the king fell in love with a woman called Satyavati and wanted to marry her. But Satyavati's father agreed only on the condition that only the offsprings of King Shantanu and Satyavati will be one day ruling the kingdom of Hastinapur. On the situation, Devrat and Bhishma, for the sake of his father, gave away his kingship and took a vow of celibacy and remained a bachelor throughout his life. And because of such resolution and sacrifice, Devrat was revered by the name of Bhishma, and his pledge was called Bhishma Pitamah. King Shantanu, being so pleased with Bhishma, bestowed him a boon of Ichamrityu, to die only when he himself wished to die. During his lifetime, Bhishma gained huge respect and recognition as Bhishma Pitamah. In the battle of Mahabharat, he stood along with Kauravas and supported them all through. Bhishma Pitamah had taken a pledge not to fight Shikandi and not wield any sort of weapon against Shikandi. And therefore, Arjun attacked Bhishma standing behind Shikandi. And therefore, Bhishma Pitamah got injured and fell down on a bed of arrows. As per Hindu beliefs, it is believed that one who leaves his body on this auspicious day of Uttarayan attains moksha, salvation. He waited for a number of days on the bed of arrows and finally left his body on this day, which is now celebrated as Bhishma Ashtami. There are some questions as to why he waited so long. The reason was to wait for this day and also to get the darshan of Shri Krishna. When Bhishma Pitamah was struck down by Arjun in the Mahabharata War, he fell down from his chariot, but since the arrows had pierced his chest, he did not touch the ground, but remained lying on the bed of arrows. His head was hanging. He needed to rest it, and told Arjun to make some provision. Arjun immediately stuck 3 arrows beneath his head to support it. Bhishma remarkably, joyfully expressed, "What a fitting pillow for a warrior like me, a pillow to match my bed." He asked Arjun, he was very thirsty, he needed some water. Arjun once more struck a mighty arrow right through the earth, and Ganga Maya surged up to pour cool water in the parched mouth of her beloved son, Bhishma Devrat. Bhishma Pitamah had to suffer the pangs on the bed of arrows in the battlefield before attaining final beatitude and redemption to Vaikuntha Lok. There is a question, what was the karmic reason that Bhishma Pitamah had to suffer on this bed of arrows? Bhishma Pitamah was suffering this punishment even when he had not committed any sin during the past 72 birth lives. Great Bhishma Pitamah could see into his past lives through samadhi. Therefore, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, replied to him that he had committed just one in the past 73rd life when he inflicted injuries to insects by piercing thorns into their bodies. Those thorns have now reappeared as a bed of arrows for you. Your sinful karma remained dormant as you were a pious person throughout these lives. But now, since you have become part to a dharma and supported Duryodhana, the Sanchit evil karmas of the 73rd life has ripened now. So if a person has done good karmas in past lives, he gets good life in the future births. But if one has done bad karmas, he has to suffer bad fruit for those karmas. And when we take the shloka from the Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says, O Arjun, when one dies in the mode of goodness after doing good karmas, he attains to the pure, higher planets of the great sages. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 14. Shri Krishna also said, when one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruit-producing activities, such as a man or a woman on earth. And when one dies in the mode of ignorance after doing bad karmas, he takes birth in the bird and animal kingdom. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 15. Bhishma Pitamah finally got the divine darshan of Shri Krishna, and as per his pratigna, or vow, to leave his body on his wish, he leaves his body after the divine sight of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna. Auspicious Bhishma Ashtami.